Hello, everyone. It's the end of the week at City Hall. Again, I'd like to come to you and speak with you about some of the things that that have happened over this week, what you can expect in the week to come. On the one hand, top of the news today would be some of the violence that's been out in our community and in other communities across the county in Western New York. We all suffer from a sense of an overwhelming sense that violence is everywhere. And I certainly suffer along with the rest of the community. If I knew that there was an immediate way to end the violence, we certainly would have deployed that. I have great confidence in our police administration, as well as the men and women in our police department, that they're doing all they can to stay ahead of and attempt to solve some of these problems that are out in the community. And we also look, obviously, to the community's assistance in helping us head off some of these things, some of these incidences. I had the pleasure of sitting at a meeting with Senator Robert Ort and Assembly Member Angelo Morinello, our state representatives. We spoke specifically yesterday about how some of the reforms have impacted law enforcement on the ground. And admittedly, those aren't going to be solutions that are going to come in another 2 hours. But ultimately, I think all of us in government, all of us in the community need to start raising our voices to have state government review the reforms that have been put in place, some of which were absolutely necessary, absolutely required, others of which we need to take a look at to see whether or not they should be further thought out. Perhaps there's more to the issue than what was initially thought. In any event, we're certainly going to, in city government, going to continue to push for that kind of review. We also continue to provide opportunities to collaborate with other law enforcement agencies at the federal, state, and local level. And we continue to bring additional resources into the community. I am exceptionally grateful to the hard work of the superintendent and the deputy superintendent of police on reaching out to these other law enforcement agencies and getting their assistance, so that to the extent we need additional personnel, they're providing it as they are able. But again, I am asking that those of us in the community who have information that might be able to assist law enforcement, some of the ways that we can do our city well is to help police. Help the police gather information and help them help make our community safer. Just a reminder that Monday is Labor Day, and City Hall will be closed for business on Monday. It'll reopen again at 8 a.m. on Tuesday, September 7th. With the coming of Labor Day is also the return to school. Schools will again be back in session. We are hopeful that we can continue to stay in session, have our students attending in school. There are certain state mandates. One is that students and staff will all be required to wear masks, as well as the fact that teachers and staff will need to be vaccinated or tested out. And if they're tested out, it'll be on a weekly basis. All of that information mandated by the state of New York, all of that information translated into a policy that the Board of Education and the superintendent have developed and published out there. So please be on the lookout either at school websites. To the extent that we have information, we'll publish it as well, so that residents are aware. But as we start school again, please remember, we all need to continue to be mindful of the fact that the virus hasn't left us yet. It's still here. We just need to be continually vigilant. Do the things that we did last year as we tried to flatten the curve and get ahead of this. We now have a solution. The solution is the vaccine. For those who are not vaccinated, I would urge you to reconsider, and if in fact you're looking for a vaccination location, our hospitals, our community health centers, all of which are available for you to receive a vaccine at no charge. While other things are happening throughout the city, road work continues to occur. We will be working at 16th Street, and that phase of the 16th Street development should be completed by this coming Thursday. Finally, we continue to push for improvements in our community. One of the improvements that we are looking to advance is a federally approved program for repair of sewer laterals to homeowners, low and middle income, moderate income homeowners. The expense for repairing a sewer lateral can be devastating to some in terms of where they are at in terms of their income level. And this program will allow us to improve that service for the homeowner if they're eligible, as well as allow us then to also pave a street and not have to worry about difficulties as you travel across the streets from those items. Unfortunately, the City Council has not yet embraced the same idea. I urge you to let the City Council know how important this program will be for the community, how important it will be for all of us to improve our roads and to improve service for our residents. As I do every end of the week, I'm going to remind you to please pay attention to our public health requirements. When you're out and around, if you are in close gatherings, please bring your face covering with you. If you haven't been vaccinated, please consider getting the vaccines. If you are mindful of all of these things, we can continue to fight the increase that we see based on the Delta variant. But it's going to take all of us working together to do that. And so I'm going to invite everybody to please remember all of those public health requirements. You know, the wash your hands, remain some distance, keep your face covering with you. I know that here at City Hall, we continue to require visitors and those who come to the City Hall for business will require a face covering. We think that that's just being smart. We also appreciate the fact that the district has embraced that as well. And so again, I'm asking everybody in the community to do their part with regard to the virus, and I'm also asking you to do your part with regard to law enforcement. Help our police, help you by being a partner with them. They'll help bring the peace to the streets as long as we're able to help them get the information that they need. So I ask you, please enjoy this long holiday weekend. Be safe, enjoy it with your families. It's the traditional last weekend of summer, so please enjoy yourself and be safe. Thank you.